Hello and welcome to Chicken Bros. My name is David Heath.
You parasite!
Nice. And we are here to talk about, something that's been around for a while, actually. It's the amazing digital circus!
Which I avoided for a long, long time, but then randomly decided, what the hell? So I binge watched all 8
8.
episodes
Yes.
recently to prepare for the uh, ninth coming out in theaters in a
The
couple months.
grand finale. And so since I've been watching the show since it came out, personally, I've been a fan of it since it started. And since now he and I have seen everything up to this point, I figured it'd be a good idea to cover this on Chicken Bros, which we are now doing, and we are doing it episode by episode. So we are going to talk
Another,
about the pilot.
just another thing to add to the list of reviews that we'll potentially may or may not do.
Maybe. But this
That's the list of reviews we may or may not do in the future.
So this is an indie animated show by Glitch Productions, who we reviewed the pilot for Knights of Guinevere before on the channel. This
Still waiting
show,
on that.
yeah, that got greenlit, so they're currently working on episodes. This show was created by Gooseworks, who has quite the internet footprint. She's made a lot of animated stuff here and there. This is based on a novel called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Well, not based, but more like inspired by. And basically, it opens up in like a giant, like brightly saturatedly colored circus with colorful blocks and things and everything. And this ringmaster who has a normal body, but whose head consists of a pair of dentures with eyes between them and a top hat.
Think of those like chattering teeth gag toys if there was a set of eyes in the middle of it.
Yeah. His name is Kane, and he has a very loud, over the top, boisterous voice, like "Welcome to the amazing digital circus," and he has like this little bubble character that looks a lot like a chain chomp, honestly, named Bubble. And there's a whole list of characters that already are in this circus, such as Gangle, who is this little character who's got a like red ribbon for a body and like a face mask.
Kind of like those tragedy comedy masks of old.
Yeah. There's Zubul, who is a collection of toy box parts put together to make a very unique looking body. They are very what's the word?
Body dysmorphic?
Well, I mean, yes, but I was gonna say like deadpan.
Oh.
There's Kinger, who is a walking, talking white king chess piece with eyes that are very lopsided and wears a purple robe.
He's
And disembodied hands as well.
he's a bit scatterbrained as well.
Yes. There's Ragatha, who is very reminiscent of Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's like kind of like the mom of the group, honestly. And there's Jax. I know there's a lot of people out there who really like Jax. I am not one of them.
To quote, I believe it was Michael J. Fox, he's an asshole.
He's an ass. Yeah, it was Michael J. Fox. Yeah, he's this purple bunny with pink overalls who's like a ginormous asshole. And another person enters the circus at the beginning of this episode who is like this little jester in red and blue outfits with pale skin and like very I don't want to say, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, she's short, but like, you know, and she's kind of like confused and panicking and like doesn't know what's going on, and everyone's looking around like, whoa, what the heck, what's this? And then Kane's like, whoa, hey, a human has entered this realm.
Okay, this one your NPCs are just a new sucker. This is a new person. We're gonna do the whole theme over again.
I'm not doing that. And meanwhile, this new jester character is like grabbing their head going, how do I take this headset off? So, from what we have gathered, it seems as though that this is a video game via headset that you put on, and once you put on the headset, you're literally in the game. It's like Sword Art Online if it was good.
Yeah, don't say that in front of Gangle.
Well, I don't know when Gangle entered the circus, so she might not know about that anime. Anywhoozle, basically, they're telling this new Jester character that they're pretty much stuck in this circus, and they can't swear, because every time they attempt to say a swear word of any kind, it's bleeped with a very wacky sound effect, and a little sensor bar with Kane's face on it.
Oh,
And Kane is kind of like Kinger. He's got a few screws loose. He's not quite up here.
no.
I love that line where Jax is like, "We've been stuck here for years. Although Kinger's supposedly been here the longest." And then Kinger comes out of his pillow fort. Did somebody say something about an insect collection?
That's why he's crazy.
So this new Jester character thinks that this is all a dream when everyone else is like, yeah, no.
Sure.
Yeah. And also, like, when this Jester character arrived, she accidentally bumped into everybody, and that caused Gangle to break their happy mask, and now they're wearing their tragedy mask. This happens quite a lot.
Poor thing.
He broke my comedy mask. And Jax just steps on it. Dickbag.
Jackass. Jack's ass.
Jax ass. So Kane decides to show this new Jester character around the circus, like showing him the tent and the grounds. Drown yourself in the digital lake.
Kane, I love you.
Let's get out of here before the moon gets frisky. like this is the void. We don't venture out into the void. Even I don't know what's out there. And the whole time, this Jester character feels like they're seeing a red exit door nearby. That bit where she zooms back into the tent, like, bleh! Whoa, clean up on aisle, you!
I got it, lass. And Bubble starts licking it up.
Why are you like this? And so Kane tries to convince this character that they have not seen an exit door, and that it's just their mind messing with them since they transitioned to the digital plane.
Digital hallucinations!
Like, why don't we talk about something else? Like your name! And this Jester character cannot remember their name, because as Kane puts it, nobody can remember their names once they enter the digital circus. So the only thing he can do is help her come up with a new one. And he pulls down this, like, 5-slotted, like, jackpot machine that has letters on it, and it says XDDCC, and he goes, "What do you think of XDDCC?" You're right, terrible. Let's try it again. And then it says Pomni. Which I don't know if you know this, bro. That's a Russian word that means remember.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And so that becomes her new name. So this Jester character is called Pomni. And so to warm her up to being new to the circus and everything, showing her how it works, Kane decides to have an adventure called Gather the Gloinks, which are these little plasticky, kind of odd-shaped little things that bounce around and steal things.
Come across.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and he just kind of leaves them to handle it, and poor Zooble, they come up and just kind of like disassemble Zooble and take them away. Freaking Jax is like, "Oh no, they killed Zooble. Anyway, you guys want to get something to eat?" Dick. There's also a character that we don't see at this point named Kaufmo, who is a clown. And they don't know where he is, so they're going to go check up on him. And Kinger actually mentions, last time I talked to him, he was going on about some exit. Kind of like you, Pomni. You might be going insane, too.
Yeah, so Jack's like, okay, me, Ragatha, and Pomni will check up on Kaufmo, while you two go check on the Gloink situation. Do you think it's a good idea to leave those two together? Of course. They're the most put together members of the crew. They'll be fine.
And so Jax, Ragatha, and Pomni go to check up on Kaufmo, and Pomni is asking, like, why don't you guys ever just try to leave? And Ragatha's like, well, we do at first, but the truth is, we really can't. And, like, sometimes chasing an unattainable goal will sometimes drive you crazy, and you start to wonder why you even exist and what you're doing here. But that's not worth worrying about right now. Jack's like, good thing this is a little dream, right, Pomni? And then she's just got like this dead stare in her eyes, just like, oh god. And once they check up on Kaufmo in his room, there's this big giant monster looming in it, and Ragatha says Kaufmo's been abstracted, which is what happens to a character in this world once they've reached their mental breaking point. So yeah, Kaufmo essentially is dead.
Pretty much.
And this beast gets loose and turns Ragatha into a glitching mess. Pomni tries to run from it, but tries to go back and help Ragatha while all the while Jack's skedaddled completely with his tail between his metaphorical tail between his legs. Catches up with Gangle and Kinger, who are just looking down this hole. This is my favorite line from Kinger in the pilot, where he's just like, Jax, we found the Zooble hole.
Great.
So he takes his bowling ball, shoves them down the hole, and then they find the Gloink Queen, which is this... It's like a worm mixed with cat dog, in that both ends have a mouth.
Kind of reminds me of the sandworms from Beetlejuice, in a way.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Yeah. And they see Zooble getting carried into the Glint Queen's mouth. Kinger tries to grab their head, but because their hands are dismembered, his hands are dismembered from the rest of his body, they just kind of go with him. Oh! Kinger, you mother... Poor Gangle going...
Aww.
So Ragatha tells Pomni that she's got to find Kane so that way he can fix her up. Poor Pomni keeps looking all around and can't find Kane anywhere. But she does find the exit door again. And this time doesn't hesitate. She walks right through it. She ends up in this bizarre office space. It sees another door, goes through it, another door, goes through it, another door, and this just keeps going on and on and on and on.
Kind of reminds you of that kind of nightmare that some people have had, that I've had, where I'm just trying to find my way out of an office building or some sort of building, and all I'm getting is other doorways.
Funny, I've never had a dream like that. I guess there's still time. But, yeah, Pomni's constantly trying to go through every door, hoping that there would be an exit somewhere, until she finally walks through one door and she ends up in the void, and... yeah, she's stunned beyond all belief. And it cuts to Kane and Bubble in this Italian restaurant. He goes, oh, Bubble, you always know how to make me say this exact sentence. I love that line. He's like, gasp, I've learned on my wacky watch at this hour? Oh no, someone's venturing into the void. They'll be totally spoiled. Zoops in, grabs her, brings her back to the circus. And, the others let Kane know that Kaufmo abstracted it. He's like, why didn't anybody tell me? Oh, that look Pomni gives him, just like, are you fucking serious? So he snaps his fingers and sends Kaufmo into the cellar, and you see into the cellar, and there's a bunch of other abstracted people in there. So you think, oh shit, other people have died in this place. He fixes up Ragatha, and he basically says, oh, I know how much you guys wanted an exit door, but I was having so much trouble figuring out what to put on the other side of it that I never ended up finishing it. So there truly is, seemingly, no exit in this place. It seems like they really are stuck here. And so he's like, anyway, the adventure's over. Your reward is this delicious dinner cooked by our head bubble chef.
Made with all the love I'm legally allowed to give.
And the last shot of this pilot, I don't know if you got this vibe, Noah, but to me it feels like it was mirroring the Last Supper image. Big long table, people going along, and Pomni's in the middle of it. I don't know. Are they trying to imply that Pomni is Jesus?
Who do you think she is? Jesus?
Or maybe what they're trying to imply, that she's the savior that will get them out of the digital circus? I don't know.
Nah.
See, because I tried to look back at that scene again and see who was sitting in Judas's spot, and I couldn't. Well, first of all, I couldn't remember where Judas was sitting.
There's no like, there's not enough people to make that accurate a.
Yeah. But that is the pilot for Digital Circus. Pomni coming to grips with the fact that she's quite literally stuck here.
Yeah, and if you watch the other episodes, you can tell there was like a serious animation upgrade from the pilot.
Oh, definitely. Budget increase.
So
but yeah, it's...
I'll give it like a solid, I don't know, 6 out of 10.
That's fair. I liked it a lot when I watched it because it was like existential and silly, which I think is a funny combo if done right. Which I think this one pretty much nails it. But yeah, I'll give it the pilot 8 out of 10. And that's all for this episode of Chicken Bros.
Bah.